Psychologists are noticing that extremely high intelligence often looks very different from what people expect. It does not always look confident. Sometimes it looks like overthinking. Someone asks a simple question, everyone else moves on, but your mind is still running through consequences, flaws, and what they missed. It should feel simple, but somehow it does not. You are not trying to be difficult. You are not broken. What if this was never just overthinking, but one of the quiet ways a very intelligent mind reveals itself? So when did your mind stop staying with the moment and start moving ahead of it? What most people miss about extremely high intelligence is that it does not always look the way they expect. It does not always look loud, confident, or obviously brilliant. Sometimes it looks like someone staying with a simple question longer than everyone else. Not because they are confused, but because their mind is already tracing consequences, flaws, and hidden layers that other people have not noticed yet. That is the frame for this video, not the stereotype, the subtle signs, the patterns that can look ordinary on the surface, but may point to a very different kind of mind underneath. A simple question gets asked, and their mind does not stop at the obvious answer. It keeps going. What caused the question? What is missing from it? What happens next if nobody catches the flaw? This is one of the clearest signs. Very high intelligence often appears not as fast, flashy performance, but as deeper processing that keeps moving after the moment should have ended. From the outside, that can look like overthinking. Internally, it is often fast layered processing. The mind is not struggling to start. It is struggling to stop. Highly intelligent people also tend to stay quiet a little longer than others expect. They do not always jump in right away. They observe first. They listen for gaps, tone, logic, and what has not been said yet. What looks like hesitation may actually be analysis. Researchers have often linked this kind of pause to deeper filtering and stronger pattern detection. Their mind is still gathering information before deciding how to enter the conversation. A small decision can become strangely heavy, not because the person is weak, but because they rarely see only one option. They see trade-offs, second-order effects, hidden costs, possible future failures. It looks simple, but their mind is already elsewhere. That is why ordinary choices can feel crowded, like too many browser tabs opening at once. What looks like indecision may actually be deep processing, and this is where things get more interesting. Some people hear a confident explanation and immediately feel that something in it does not hold. The reasoning sounds smooth, but the structure underneath feels weak. A contradiction appears. A flaw shows up early. What looks like skepticism may actually be rapid pattern recognition. Studies on cognition suggest that some minds catch inconsistency faster because they are constantly comparing structure, not just reacting to tone. A lot of people misread this one too. When new evidence appears, highly intelligent people often update quickly. They are less attached to defending an old position just to protect their image. On the surface, that can look inconsistent. Underneath, it may be cognitive flexibility. They are not always trying to win. Often, they are trying to stay accurate. What looks uncertain may actually be a mind that adjusts faster than ego does. But that is only part of it. The same mind that catches more can also make peace harder to reach. A message gets reread. A decision gets revisited. A simple choice turns into too many possible outcomes. Psychologists sometimes describe this through overexcitability, complex processing, or mental looping. The mind keeps running in the background, testing, refining, and questioning even when the situation no longer needs that much effort. This is not always a flaw. Sometimes the system is simply doing too much at once. That is the midpoint most people miss. Intelligence does not only create advantage, sometimes it creates friction inside the person carrying it. This is one of the quieter costs. When someone processes implication, subtext, and structure faster than the room, ordinary conversations can start feeling strangely lonely. Someone says something incomplete. Everyone nods. You stay quiet. The conversation moves on, but part of your mind is still sitting with a deeper layer nobody else seemed to catch. From the outside, it may look like distance. Internally, it often feels like mismatch. You are not necessarily trying to disconnect. You may just be living on a layer that is harder to share in real time. Even after the moment ends, their mind often does not. A comment from hours ago comes back with a new meaning. An unfinished idea keeps turning in the background. A conversation gets replayed because a hidden pattern did not fully reveal itself until later. This is why intelligence is often misunderstood. People imagine it as visible performance, but sometimes it looks more like an engine that keeps running after everyone else has already moved on. That behavior may be more intelligent than it looks. It may also be more exhausting than people realize. When you put these signs together, a bigger pattern starts to appear. Their quietness may look arrogant. Their questioning may look skeptical. Their overthinking may look insecurity-driven. Their slower responses may look detached. But what most people miss is that these behaviors often come from cognitive depth, pattern recognition, and mental overload. What looks like arrogance may be caution. What looks like indecision may be deep processing. What looks like distance may be a mind carrying too much mental traffic at once. The pattern may be misunderstood, not wrong. So these are not random habits. They are signs of a certain kind of mind. A mind that notices more, processes more, and keeps going long after the moment seems finished. Extremely high intelligence is not just about being smart in a visible way. It is often about living with constant depth, subtle pattern detection, and a kind of internal processing that rarely fully switches off. Once you see that, these behaviors stop looking strange. They start looking like clues.